unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Greetings, Universal fans. It's time for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, discovering more about the Universal Orlando Resort as well as Universal Studios Hollywood, Japan, and Singapore.
Hello and welcome to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, brought to you in association with MiceChat.com and sponsored by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. Of course, with me today, there is myself. I also have Darren.
What's up, Internet?
Tracy.
Hello.
And, of course, Lee.
Hello.
Ooh, Lee, you all right there, buddy?
What a nice catchphrase.
I didn't know what to
That's
say.
Lee's standard catchphrase, you know.
Yeah. That wasn't even like his normal cheerful hello.
I was trying to think of something
Hello.
to say and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's mine. You can't have that.
All right. We've got a special show going on today. The purpose of the show was sent to us by listener Tom Stidman. I presume I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I
It
would
says,
guess so.
Dear Lee, Hunter, Tracy, Darren, and the gang.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're laughing at, it doesn't. It just says, Dear Lee, Tracy, Darren, and the gang.
The gang being Hunter.
Everybody forgets.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
poor Hunter.
I know. Always left.
I respect you
Okay.
as a person, just so you know.
You're
We
hosting,
talked
aren't
about
you?
this last show.
Yep.
Yeah. So he says, really enjoy the show, even though I've only been to Universal one day each of the 4 times I visited. I know.
Shocking.
But it goes on to say, but I have a question that could be a whole show for you. I'm planning to go for 4 days in early 2015, probably February during the week. And what are the biggest mistakes first-timers make in going to Universal? Thanks for your thoughts on this question. Sincerely, Mr. Tom. So the task we set ourselves was to come up with first-timer mistakes, hints, and tips, and hopefully this will give anyone who hasn't been or has only been a handful of times some good hints and tips. But hopefully even you veterans will find some tips too.
I'm not sure
Tracy,
what a veteran is,
Darren.
but whatever.
What's going on?
I'm not sure what a veteran is, but okay.
A veteran.
Veteran.
It's also Lee English.
No, you said that. That says veterans.
Moving on.
Tracy, Darren, Lee, and myself have all been thinking, but we also asked Jesse, Gregory, and the Producers Club too. First off, we will go in a round table with our thoughts.
Square table.
Square table.
Okay. So you know what? Lee, go on ahead and give us your thoughts.
The first one I put down, like I'll be honest with you, I've probably spent more time coercing everybody else's hints and tips and stuff rather than coming up with my own. But the first one, like one of the mistakes we made when we went for the first time is we complained about how crappy the food was in the parks, yet never once considered actually leaving the parks for lunch and going into City Walk.
This is very true.
That's a big one.
And I think people, because you're in the theme park, you just think, we'll stay in the thing, we might as well eat, rather than, especially now, with all the new places there is in City Walk, if there's nothing in the park that you feel like eating, it's a break from the park, you can get yourself out into City Walk and choose, there's lots of new places to eat, so I think that's definitely a mistake that people make.
Especially if you go between both parks in one day as well. Split
Which
your
we
day in half
used
with
to.
with a meal in the middle.
All right, go on ahead and chime in for me, Darren. What would be your number one tip?
We're supposed to be doing these in order. No, that wasn't on order.
What?
It's like your number one. That wasn't my number one. That was just the first one I put down on my piece of paper.
Oh, well.
That's number one.
Let's go.
I would say my first tip is hit the bigger attractions earlier in the day. I know a lot of people like to wait and, make that like the pinnacle of the day, but you want to hit it early and avoid the crowds. So that's my tip number one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is.
What do you have to say, Miss Tracy?
What do I have to say? Well, let me have a look through my millions of notes.
Oh my God.
I don't have millions, so a few. I am actually going to go with always plan more time in the parks than you think you're going to need. Because once you're in the parks, the time is going to fly. You may find that A, you don't want to leave, or you want to ride everything one more time, or 10 more times, or B, you didn't get everything ridden or done. So on the plus side of that, if you do get everything done in less than the now over-allocated time, you've got free time to leisurely explore City Walk or other non-universal venues, which I don't recommend.
I'll just go back and hit your favourites.
Or go and explore the hotels. But it gives you a bit of downtime should you need it.
Yeah.
But you've got that buffer of extra time. So if you think, well, we're going to spend 2 days, actually plan 3.
Well, that's it. Especially, it seems to be a lot of Disney fans going over to Universal for the first time, and they look, and I've seen it on forums and Facebook pages and stuff like that, of people saying, can we do Islands of Adventure and Universal in 2 days? Well, yeah, you probably could, but do you want to? Take your time. Don't just go and hit the highlights. What?
It depends on your personality type, though. For some people, that's too much time. And also, if you're not a big rider, there are families like that. There are people who can't ride.
Then you're in the wrong park.
Oh, for goodness sake!
You're in the wrong theme parks, aren't your place if you're not a rider, really?
Why not? You can still appreciate everything.
Yeah, but it's not the same, is it?
Oh, shut up.
And it's the same sort of thing, because it's not just Universal Studios, but there's a lot of people even in, say, for instance, like the Disney community that view, you should do Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom in one day, You could bust out Animal Kingdom in 2 hours in the morning. Definitely take your time and enjoy all the smaller details, because you definitely enjoy your time in the park a lot more.
No, I agree with that one.
Regardless of which park it is.
Banged in Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom out in a day.
Yeah. I just ride Twilight Zone 20 times and call it a day.
No, you're going to do Toy Story. That's my Men in Black of the Disney parks.
Yeah, mine, it kind of relates along those lines. I wish, and we're seeing more and more of this, where Universal is just being regarded as the Harry Potter theme park, essentially. I understand it's hard to do. It's really cool. We even did this on our last trip. We hung out in Diagon Alley almost the entire 2 days we were over there. But if this is going to be your one visit and you're only going to be there for a couple days and you're not going to make it back for a couple years, I definitely stress not spending all your time in the Wizarding World, maybe dedicating a day to Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, but definitely making it out and exploring the rest of the parks, because there is so much that they have to offer outside of Potter itself.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think you're right, especially now a lot of people are heading over to the parks purely for Potter.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But just appreciate everything else there is on offer.
It disappoints me that people aren't seeing what else is there. It's like, I know there was talk a while back of people speculating that they might just take Diagon Alley, now it's open, and Hogsmeade, and basically separate them off and make that the third park. And that would disappoint, because I think you would find a lot of people would just go there and ignore everything else.
Having been inside those two lands, there's no way those could be a singular entity. Despite people treating them as so, and that's the whole reason. That's my tip this week, I guess.
Yeah. Well, my next one sort of goes into that then, is it's not a mistake, it's more of a tip, but if you go in and you only do have a couple of days, stay on site, because your express pass won't do you in the Wizarding World, but it means you can spend more time in there if you want to, knowing that you've got express for everything else and you're not going to spend the rest of your 2 days queuing for the other rides and stuff. That's kind of what we're going to do next year when we come over for Halloween Horror Nights. We'll probably stay a night in one of the hotels the night we do Horror Nights, but then it knows if we need to get up later the next day because we're tired, and maybe go in the parks later on the first day because we want to stay to Horror Nights later, that we've got express and we can still go and hit everything we want to do.
Yeah, we'll be in there 8:05 instead of 8 o'clock.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd be way behind us.
But yeah, I mean, I think if you go back into our archive, I've said this a few times before, I think it was literally episode 2, we did a whole thing about the express pass and the hotel rooms, and for like, I think it was back then, 3 years ago, the 2-day 2-park unlimited express pass ticket for a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 kids would set you back over $1,000, and you can get a room in the Royal Pacific for $250.
Yeah, and your big difference there, and it kind of feeds into Tracy's tip, is that the express passes are unlimited when you're in the hotel. And you are limited to 1 ride per attraction on the one you pay over $1,000 for.
Yeah.
So
No, the $1,000 one's actually an unlimited. They do an unlimited ticket, but the one that you're saying, like the regular day express pass, is only 1. And you could probably, if you think a family of 4 at $90 a piece, it would actually cost you more than a hotel room. So it's just a complete no-brainer. If you're thinking about express pass, just stay at the hotel.
Yeah, then you get on that ride you really like and get right back on it again.
Yeah,
exactly.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I came up with another one. Yay! Now your breakfast is at 6 in the morning, and your lunch is at 10:30 in the morning, and your dinner is at 4 in the afternoon because you don't want to eat with everybody else. That's a big problem I see a lot of people run into, and I can tell it's still a problem for a lot of people because it still holds true. If I go at noon to Transformers, there's a 30-minute wait. If I go at 11 o'clock to Transformers, there's a 45 to an hour wait.
Really?
Yeah, like the wait times go down drastically during lunch because everybody's going to get food.
Okay.
And when you go to get that food, you're standing in long lines, which really, I shouldn't even tell anybody about this because that really extends my experience in the park. Because you spend so much time waiting for your food and then eating that it just gives me more time to ride the rides that I want to.
That's a good
And
one.
then
Really good
afterwards, either before, if I go before and get lunch, I've got no lines. If I go after and get lunch, I've got no lines. And I get to eat real quick and get back in the park again.
Awesome.
So don't eat lunch at lunchtime. That's my next tip.
For instance, kind of along the same lines of what Darren's mentioning, when we went to Diagon Alley at the end of July, very, very busy, right? We actually, around 11 o'clock, Darren, we walked over to Leaky Cauldron. We got our food within 5 minutes and sat down and ate. Meanwhile, as we were leaving, a lot of people were coming in and that line was extending out the door.
Yep.
Yeah. If I can just chime in with one real quick before I forget it, then I'll let you go, Miss Tracy.
Okie dokie.
One that I want to...
Mine.
This might be kind of like the theme park elitist on me, because I know a lot of people don't go into kind of like the detail that we do or the theme park community does, but I can't stress that single rider isn't always the best option for your first ride. I think a lot of people, especially with the big attractions like Forbidden Journey, going in the busier times, they'll hop on the single rider, and they're getting on the ride, which is the main attraction, but you are skipping something which I think is right up there with the ride, which is the queue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And single rider can kind of be of a double-edged sword, because I remember we talked about it, or Nina and Darren and Gregory all talked about it on the Diagon Alley Roundtable, where the single rider was actually longer than the original queue as well. And you oftentimes see the same thing on Rip Ride Rocket. So really study kind of single rider. Okay, am I going to miss a big portion of this attraction? And even if the single rider line is even worth it before getting in that line. I think it does work well for some attractions like Darren on the last podcast. Yeah, Transformers is a great one.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, it has worked out a lot better for Gringotts lately, but when it first launched, it was a mess.
Rip Ride Rocket if it works. Because I remember we go back to 2009 when we first went over, and Tracy and Raymond rode Rip Ride Rocket first thing in the morning and queued for, I want to say,
It was just over an hour.
An hour and 20 minutes or so, and then I was sat waiting because me and Raymond were going to go back on it, and I was like, right, you know what, we'll do single rider line, and we went in the single rider line. We ended up getting sat together, but because the ride broke down, it still took us an hour and a half to get through it.
Yeah, very true. And then, when you could be sitting in the, a much better queue area than where you were sitting in, waiting for that ride to come back up, then that will make a big difference in how long that wait feels when it breaks down.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's an awful queue anyway.
Boring.
Asta!
Shoot me now.
All right, Miss Tracy, what do you have?
Right, something first timers often do is underestimate vastly how much walking they're going to be doing. So make sure you have comfortable shoes, very sensible high heels, guys, girls.
Guys.
Oh, I've seen that.
In case you're
Give
part of the
over.
Rocky Horror Picture Show tribute.
No,
Lena and I counted yesterday when we were in the park. There were at least 20 girls wearing high heels.
It's crazy.
It
And
is.
they all looked miserable.
yeah, exactly. I mean, flip-flops might be good and cool for your feet, but again, not giving you any support.
Oh no, they're awful things.
You know,
and Crocs.
But, you know, if you got a bag or a spare pocket, stick some plasters in it, because if you got blisters, at least you're going to be able to cover them up and have some relief from that. Better still, if you find, well, if you can get it, get some moleskin.
Moleskin, yeah.
You know, I have heard people advise that you slip your shoes off at every given opportunity. My advice is, I did that 1 year. That's the only year I've ever had blisters. Once your shoes are on, they're moulded to your feet. Your feet get hot and sweaty and swell. Leave your shoes where they are.
That first year we went in UUOP, I have never had blisters on my feet like that in my life. I was in agony by the end of that 2 weeks.
Although I am saying people underestimate how much they're going to walk. Maybe that's just us.
Maybe. Darren can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Because we must average 10 miles a day. We
At
must,
least.
at least.
I just say, like another one is, try and do things in an order. So go round the park in a clockwise or an anti-clockwise direction.
What's
Don't
the
do
fun
what
in
we
that?
do and go here to there to there to here to round there.
much
We
more
are
fun.
totally guilty of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the worst thing you can do, but it's like, right, we'll go to Forbidden Journey. Now we'll go to Spider-Man, and then we'll go over to Zeus, and then we'll go back over to Forbidden Journey, and then we'll go and do Doctor Doom, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for instance, we're even guilty of it. Yeah, some of my annual pass listeners will probably back me up on this. You'll walk by an attraction and it's like 15 minutes, and you're like, "Oh, we'll come back later."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's just kind of tacks on to Lee's, is that when you first get to the park, look and see what direction everybody's going and go the other way.
Good one.
Both parks are circular. Universal does have a kind of a more straight shot down the middle and then branching off to either side. But you're going to see more people veering to the right through the gates at Universal, because that's the fastest way to get to Diagon Alley.
And Transformers.
So if you're going to jump in and hit Transformers real quick in the morning, do that, and then cut off, go to the left. Hit
And
the Mummy,
actually-
all the other areas.
Yeah, and if you're heading to Transformers, you don't save much time by going to the right. If you keep just going straight and make that right
Yes.
Yep.
once you reach Monsters Cafe, you'll
Yeah.
hit it pretty quick anyways.
Yeah.
Well, it always used to be the biggest hint and tip that people like theme park guides and stuff gave out was actually go to the back of the park first and work your way forward.
Yeah, but I think Universal kind of killed that by putting the Wizarding World and Diagon Alley both in the back. of
Yeah.
each park.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, so now it seems it's a little bit better to hit those front areas first and then move on to the back.
But
because
then-
it looks like a marathon when it opens up
Yeah.
now. Everybody just walking straight out to the back, passing everything else up.
But they
So-
walk you up. I know when Craig was there a couple of weeks ago, he said that they walk you slowly through the park to Diagon Alley now. Because he posted a video on his Facebook page of them all walking along, and he was like doing the zombie as they were walking along.
Yeah, it's like the rope drop at Magic Kingdom, except for it goes through the entire park
Yeah.
and nobody's running behind it. So
Well, I'll go off the back of that one, and it's one that everybody gets caught up in. And we said the first time we went that we wouldn't do it, and that's don't get caught up at the front of the park by the characters and the photographers and stuff like that, because that's what they're there to do. It's a speed bump to stop people getting into the parks. And
When you've got kids, that's difficult, though.
we did it.
Of course it is.
Every park we went to, and we sat down before we went and said, right, we're not going to get caught up by it at the front of the park. We'll head in. Don't do it, just say, oh, we'll come back later, because you go and hit the rides and then you've got time later on to go back. And if you want those photos at the front of the park and stuff, you can go and get them later. But, you know, those things are there to stop people getting to the rides straight away, to try and ease those lines early on. And you can always get them later.
A major one that I've noticed, I think we're all kind of guilty of, especially kind of like when you're in that environment. When you're buying souvenirs, try to buy stuff that is either exclusive park merchandise or that you can only get there. Like, I understand that you might really want that Funko Pop figure, but while you might spend $25 on it in the park, you can go get it for $10 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we
So-
get them over here?
Yes, we can.
Yep.
My friend has a very good collection of them.
You just have to go to amazon.co.uk.
Because we bought
Yes.
one when we were there last time, didn't we? The Walking Dead zombie screwdriver through his eye.
He's over there.
Yeah.
You're looking behind you. He's actually the other
Which
way.
I mean, not dictating anybody's, purchases or anything like that, but definitely if it comes down between, okay, I can get this exclusive Diagon Alley merchandise, or I can get this really cool Ghostbusters Funko figure.
Yeah.
Definitely get the exclusive merchandise.
Yeah,
you know.
completely
Absolutely
makes sense. If you want that figure that badly, get it when you get home.
Yeah.
Buy the stuff you can only get there. No, I like that one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go off the back of that one then with one of mine, which again is souvenirs. Stretching your pennies further. Let's go with pressed pennies. Did you see what I did there?
I love press play.
He didn't see. Did you see it? Lee's stretching your pennies.
Yeah,
Press-
I get it.
Well, you're not laughing. Never laughs at my jokes. Save your shiny pennies. That in a couple of quarters gets you a pressed penny. Collect them. The small, the easily transported home. They don't weigh a lot. Well, unless you've got the collection I have, they don't weigh a lot.
And then they sit in
You
bags in your cupboard and never come
Well,
out again.
Actually, you can glue little magnets to the back and put them all over your fridge, except I'd need another 4 fridges.
Or you can sit in a bag in the cupboard
Yeah,
and never
but I
come
love
out
getting
again
them out
like
and
I was
having
at.
a look. But
They also sell a little collector's book at Universal.
they do. For
I'm
about
looking
$8.
at one right now.
Yeah.
Lena is crazy about them.
I
So
love pressed
she's,
pennies.
Oh,
she's got a little book here full of those. So
I feel a little task for Nina.
Oh, poor
coming up.
Nina, I'm already working her. But
Belle's anniversary gift is cheap.
but also, we all collect pins. You'll see a pin that you like. We all pick them up. What happens? They either sit in a lanyard or somewhere. What I've done is I've been buying pin boards, and you use the pins either as the pin on a pin board or do what I did and make a little display out of them.
Yeah, and then they just sit in the utility room and don't go
Well, only
anywhere.
because you haven't put a nail in the wall for me yet. But souvenirs don't have to cost a lot.
No.
I did things the first trip. I was collecting napkins from the different restaurants. This is when you did get monogrammed napkins.
That was at Disney, and it seems to be that Universal are doing that more
Yeah.
now. You go to Fast Food Boulevard and it's all labelled Springfield, or you can go, wherever you go, the Wizarding World, it's all, yeah.
Yeah, Mythos butter, but you can't bring that home. It
That's
doesn't
a
travel
shame,
very
I
well.
love that stuff.
But yeah, your souvenirs don't have to be expensive, and also don't go and buy everything in your first day.
no.
Because you always see something better, even when you have been very good. There's always something that you just can't get. Yes.
Yeah, and onto that, be careful how much you're carrying around. If you go during the rainy season, it's going to rain every afternoon. Don't bring your huge golf umbrella because there's no place to put it when you're going on a ride. You can leave it out in the common area next to the strollers and just hope nobody grabs it because
Good
it's raining.
luck putting it in the Gringotts locker.
Yeah, and those kind of things do not fit in the lockers, and that goes along with what Tracy's saying. Don't buy everything the first day. Don't buy a bunch of stuff on your way into the park. Trust me, they're not going to run out of anything during your visit. Pick it up right before you leave. There's also services that let you drop that will send your merchandise to the front of the store, and you can pick it up as you leave as well.
That's a difficult one with kids, though. I always vouch from experience with Jade. If she wants to spend her money, she wants to spend her money now.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a question. Disney do it. Do Universal, if you're staying on site, can
Yes.
you have your part? Right. So if you're staying on site, shop whenever then. Have it delivered to your room.
I'd be interested, and I think Disney do, but I'm not sure if you can actually you can buy it there and actually get it shipped home as well.
That's something to look into then.
I'm going to jump in with one that's quite poignant at the moment.
Okay.
And for Halloween Horror Nights, and one of the mistakes that at least the mistake that I feel that we made when we went first. Because when we went in, I didn't take a camera because I've been carrying it around all day and I'd had enough. Take your camera.
Yeah.
But because it's a Halloween event, I was like, right, let's go and get something to eat. We got into the park. I want to see it in the dark. In the dark's when that's what it's all about. So we went and got something to eat and didn't really go in and start doing the scare zones and stuff until once the sun had gone down. And now I think back on it, I wish we'd gone round the park and seen it in the daylight.
We did
Yeah.
see the Field of Screams in daylight.
Kind of. But that was completely my fault. So, like,
Yes, it was
the
all
mistake
your
is,
fault.
A, we should have eaten beforehand.
B, take your camera.
Don't go at the park at 9:30 in the morning and expect to stay there till 2 o'clock.
No, your feet literally do fall off. I can vouch for that.
I could have done.
You could have done. My feet fell off. I had to put them in my bag and walk home on my stumps.
That's the longest day in a
Following
theme
orders.
park I have
Yep.
ever done in my life.
It was awesome.
We left at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, walking through City Walk wondering, why are people looking at us weirdly with our faces painted?
Oh yeah.
And that stuff is welded on, by the way.
I should have just left it on, went to bed, and then got up the next morning to see what it looked like.
Yeah. Right, research. Whether you've got 2 years,
Yeah, I can't
2
believe no
months,
one said that
2
yet.
days, there is always time to do some research or do more research. Even on the plane, we are still tweaking and planning. I said tweaking, not twerking.
I'm always tweaking.
Yeah,
Honk, 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 honk. Hi-ho, Silver, away!
you know,
This dragon has been following me for a week.
you spend enough money on this vacation, you owe it to yourself to get as much as you possibly can out of it.
Yeah.
Whether you are wanting to go and just sit by a pool or you're wanting to hit every ride and every show, you need to have some sort of game plan. And as I say, even if you decide we're going in 2 days' time, there's still time to do something.
There's so many resources out there now as well,
Yeah.
and it's crazy for you not to.
Do you know what? If you ever, I'm going to say this, if ever anybody needs a hand planning an itinerary, give us a shout.
Give you a shout. I've
Give
got
me a
enough to
shout.
do.
I love it. OCD, military precision.
Let's be honest, if you're listening to this, the first part of your planning is already sorted, so congratulations.
Yep.
Good job,
I was going
Internet.
to say a great resource is the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I listen to that a lot. Good hints and tips about stuff around the park. So
Yes.
I would
There's
definitely
those
check
two
that one
really
out.
English hosts and the two really annoying American ones.
I think that's the thing. That's the thing that we bring to it, though. The fact that we've got you guys who go all the time, and then Tracy and I who are coming from a far distance and only get to come out every now and again. We cover both sides of people's trips. And I think that's what gives us a real rounded view of.
And the fact that they're young and we're really old.
I wouldn't say I was really old. Darren's not that far off. His Hunter might be really young.
He is.
He's-
Hunter just turned 18.
Oh.
I didn't think he was that old. Have you even finished middle school yet?
Wait, oh, we're going to play that game, huh?
I don't even know what middle school is, to be quite honest with you.
It's the school in the middle.
Yeah, but what age do you leave middle school? See, we don't have in middle school, so it means nothing to me.
I left middle school by the time I was 16, so...
All right, so you're still there then.
You get the almighty slap next year.
I'm trying to think. Well, I'll go back over on a little one. I think City Walk in general, when we first went, it was a thoroughfare. Our focus was get out of the car, get through the parking garage, and get to the parks. Then you stay there till it closes, and you get back in your car and go, and just completely bypassed City Walk. Now,
To be fair, though, there wasn't nearly the options that are in City Walk now than there was during that time period.
there
I was
isn't,
just
but I'm
gonna say
literally
that.
talking about not doing anything in City Walk.
But there were options, yeah, we just
We
blinkered.
just didn't. It was
We blinkered to it.
past. My focus was Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios, and
Right.
yeah, when we went last year, we spent
Spent a lot of time.
that night. We went over with Eric. We got there about 6 o'clock, and we didn't leave till midnight,
Mm-hmm.
and we spent it all on City Walk,
Yeah.
and had a brilliant
We've
night.
whiled
you know.
away
There's the
many an hour now
mini-golf.
over there.
I'd quite happily just while away some
Jumping
time.
on the water taxis.
Sat on the
and-
steps. That's it. Yeah, you know, just because you.
Yeah, do you know what? That's a really good tip. If you need to chill out from the parks and you don't want to go anywhere on City Walk, jump in a water taxi and just do a circuit.
Yeah, we did.
Grab a drink, go on a water taxi, have a look from the water at the
At the water. Have a
no,
look at the
from
water.
the water at the hotels, and then come back.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that's
Because
That's
it's
good.
one of those things, I think it's kind of the same as Disney, that people don't realise just because you're not staying at the hotels doesn't mean you can't go to them.
yeah. Or even go to
Yeah.
or go to a hotel.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're the kind of person that stays until park close, you're going to have a mad rush of people leaving. So why just sit there through all that craziness
Yeah.
when you can go to Fat Tuesdays and have a lovely beverage.
Yes.
And they've also
Darren is
got
quite fun.
You can't take it back to the hotel with you, though.
No.
yeah, that's my tip. Fat Tuesdays all day. But there's especially during the summer, every once in a while off season they'll have it too. They've got a DJ out there that's kid friendly, and they do like hula hoop contests and that kind of stuff for the kids. But they got all the lights going and everything, and that's down at the waterfront area. And it's a perfect place to hang out, chill. And like we said, there's tons of restaurants there to enjoy and that kind of thing too. So you might want to hold off on dinner till the park closes and you can go to one of those places and have a meal.
Yeah.
But just so you're not, because you're going to spend the same amount of time dealing with the crowds getting back to the parking garage and then leaving and then trying to drive back, because that's a major rush hour on I-4, especially between Universal and Disney.
Yeah.
So why spend that time all frustrated in the car when you could just have a little bit more fun and then head home in peace,
Brilliant tip.
That's brilliant. And off the back of that, just from personal experience, if you decide you're going to eat in Margaritaville, if you're going to order a starter, order the starter and say you will wait and see if you're going to order an
Because those
entree.
nachos are huge.
Their appetizers are enormous, and one appetizer fed 3 of us.
Yeah.
They are from the UK though. Our American listeners, your results may vary.
No, we
I
actually
can
spoke
eat.
to,
I
we were
can
talking
eat.
to Tori who worked there, and she said the amount of people they get in that will, when the server comes out and says, right, what do you want? We'll go, well, we'll start with the nachos and then we'll have a burger and this, that and the other. And then the nachos will come out. They'll get 3/4 of the way through them and just go, can we send the food back because we're not going to eat it? And they go, no, you've ordered it.
Yeah.
Because we actually, funnily enough, there was a family on the table next to us did the same thing. And 5 minutes after they'd finished, we saw them bringing to-go boxes out to take their main meals away. Because those nachos are crazy big.
The nachos are also awesome.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
But then going back onto that staying late at the parks, just because the park hours say it shuts at 8 o'clock, for example, we did it a few times last time. We closed out.
Just because it closes at 9 doesn't mean you have to leave.
No, it's true though.
I had a little hole to hide in. No.
Universal Studios. The
Send the dogs in.
last night we were at the studios. Last time that Friday night, the park closed at 8 o'clock. We were still in that park at 9:30, just wandering around. And
Yeah,
there was
the
I'm
shops
sure all the
nobody there.
employees just love that.
Oh, they were kind of herding us out.
Yeah, but it's not like kicking you out. We closed out Forbidden Journey and basically had Hogsmeade to ourselves.
That was amazing.
Because they
Great
kind
pictures,
of walking you out, but they're not like, get out. They're slowly, but yeah, we had time to wander around and look in the windows and actually, because you realise how much audio is played in that area until there's nobody in it.
And it's almost overwhelming when it's just you guys.
Yeah, and it's stunning. It's such a gorgeous, I mean, I don't know what Diagon Alley's like, but Hogsmeade at night, stunning.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake. People go, oh, the park shuts at, and we've done it before. You get to 8:45 and you think, oh, well, we better start making a move because the park's going to shut in 15 minutes.
That's the polite English in
Yeah.
us. Yes.
Yeah.
I've just thought of one. Alcohol. If you are going to be partaking of alcoholic beverages...
Don't drive.
Do it often and all day.
Yes. Start at Fat Tuesdays.
Be like Darren, go to Fat Tuesdays, and then pass out at the Cinnabon.
Sounds good.
Cinnabon.
I knew someone was going to do it.
ID. You must have ID.
That is a good point,
And
especially coming
I have
from
seen
the UK.
this in the parks. In fact, it was in Springfield. There was a German family, and their son was only 18. Is it 25 over
21.
there? 21? 21 you have to be to drink alcohol. Not anything, alcohol.
She doesn't know anything.
No, 25 you get ID'd over here up to age of 25.
That's not true. I know
I've always
people
looked
older
old
than
because
that
I've
that
never
been
been
ID'd,
ID'd.
but whatever.
Yeah, it's illegal for you to buy alcohol. This is common sense, but it's amazing how many times I saw it over there. It's illegal to buy alcohol and give it to somebody under the age of
I've
21.
heard stories.
You will be...
Of course it is.
Yes, but there was a German family, and I only know a very little amount of German. But
9.
I know enough to understand that the mother turned around and said to the father, well, it doesn't matter because share mine with him. Luckily, there was another member of staff who also spoke German. And as I said, basically, this is what she's just said. He said, oh, I know. He said they won't be getting served any alcohol at all in the parks for the rest of their stay.
Well, I've told you
They're
guys.
lucky that it was caught before they were served, and she did it because they can be banned from the parks.
Well, I've told you,
It
I know
has
a story
happened.
from someone I know who went for Halloween Horror Nights not last year, the year before, and they couldn't find anywhere to get the kid a soft drink. He was only 18, so they'd bought a couple of beers each, and they gave him just a quick sip just to wet his mouth. Security were bang on him. They whipped them both out the park. They got.
She got a year's
the
ban,
son
didn't she?
and the mother got banned from the parks for a year, especially at Halloween Horror Nights, because their liquor license is probably their biggest earner.
Yeah.
It's just not worth the
No,
risk.
it's not. But from what I understand, now 100 down, you'll be able to tell me if this is right. From what I understand, that in Florida, they're supposed to ID everybody, regardless of whether they're a 60, 70, or 18.
Yeah.
ID everybody, and it's actually it's almost considered discriminatory if you don't ID someone now.
Told you.
Yeah.
Or when we were at Beaches and Cream, and she said, oh, you
gonna say,
don't
I
need
don't drink,
IDing,
so I've
you're
never
old
been
enough.
ID'd.
She was very rude, and she ID'd somebody who was older than me.
My aim is to get ID'd for a Coke.
So yes, alcohol.
Sir, can you buy this water?
Can I
Sir, are
see
you
your ID,
licensed to
please?
drink
Yeah.
Dasani?
Speaking of drinking,
But a beer. It is a beer. It says beer. It's even
Yes.
got it in the title.
speaking of drinking, drink plenty of water. Keep yourselves hydrated.
Yes.
That's going to be the quickest thing that is going to sap your energy
Yeah.
and make you ill.
And even if you're not drinking, don't forget every theme park, Universal, Disney, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, whatever, does serve free over-the-counter water.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you
just
can ask
tap
for that.
water, but definitely keep hydrated.
Yeah.
That is one of the most important things, and I'm not sure why it took us so long to mention it.
Yeah,
No, I know,
and
you're
it's
right.
also- it was on my list.
Yeah, another thing, the freestyle machines at Universal, I just
Are
found
awesome.
out recently, are I'll give free ice and water.
Well, that leads me into what I was just going to say. If you've got kids are like, oh, water. You can get ice. Just go and ask for a cup of ice. That's something, a bit of a novelty for the kids. It's cooling. It obviously is frozen water. That'll keep them hydrated as well. But it's ice and it's not water. All kids love ice.
you should have this.
How dare you mention her name?
We've all been there. Make a note of where you park your car.
Oh, I've done that before. We spent 45 minutes walking around Hollywood Studios in the rain last time.
Oh, that was not rain. That was Noah was building another
No,
ark.
that was the time before. It was last time. It's like when you go, right, I am definitely sure that's where we parked the car.
I swear we parked at a different car park.
And I wandered around that same 4 parking spaces for about 20 minutes going, I'm pretty sure this is where it was, so someone's stolen our car. Oh no, there it is over there.
If you do lose your car, though, run around pressing your lock
I've
button
done that before.
so it beeps. Yeah, a good tip is, because it's all well and good saying, oh, well, I'll remember that. Yeah, if you're like me, you'll get down the stairs and you've forgotten already. Or write it on a piece of paper. That gets lost. Take a photograph.
Definitely,
Yeah.
if you haven't, get a hold of. I think it's a really valuable asset to have. We used it a lot on our last trip. Get the Universal Orlando application, because
Right.
not only does it have a tab for you to write down your parking spot,
Brilliant.
Awesome.
it also posts all the wait times for the attractions throughout the park.
That's
That's
a really
cool.
good tip. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hunter.
I know Darren uses it all the time.
Yeah, it's become a lifesaver. It
really?
has. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because the wait times are accurate as opposed to the other ones, all the other applications, undercover
party.
tourist and that kind of thing.
Awesome.
They rely on people putting in the wait
Yes,
times.
Yeah.
so touring
That's
plans
true.
is like that, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
and people can mess around with that.
Yep.
So
Right. Don't be afraid to ask team members for what their recommendations are, because sometimes the big name attractions aren't necessarily the best ones. You might be missing out on something because you go, that's only little. And if you talk to a team member, they might be able to tell you something about it that makes it even more exciting.
Mhm.
And it's also interaction with a team member,
very true.
you know.
Well, I'm going to say one then, especially I think for people coming over the UK, and I think you said it when we talked to Mike Aiello. As an adult, leave your adult at the gate.
Oh, that's my last one.
Oh, bollocks.
I can't say that.
But yeah, we
Wasn't
did
at the
it.
gate, leave it at the airport.
We did it. You go in with that typical English stiff upper lip, and I'm not going to go and stand with the characters, and I'm not
No.
going to talk to anybody else, and Do you know what? You're spending a fortune going, embrace it.
Yeah. Leave the adult, bring out the kid, get the autographs, get the photographs, run around screaming. Eat candy for lunch. If that's what you want to do, do it.
Talk to other people in line as well.
Yeah. That's it. You soon get the message if they
you're
don't
all
want to
there
talk
for
back.
the same. Well, you're all there for the same reason.
Exactly.
Why not?
And apart from the people you've travelled with, chances are you're never going to see these people again. So does it really matter if they point and laugh? No. If it makes them laugh, brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. So we are now going to take a quick break for messages, and then we will be right back with Jesse, Gregory, and the Producer Club members' thoughts.
Diagon Alley is now open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are a Universal Parks and Resorts specialist, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP. Because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone at 832-284-4002 or toll free on 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Welcome back. You are listening to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. We will now share everyone else's thoughts.
We will. I'll start. Jessie went down the mistakes route, and she said, I think the biggest mistake would not be planning out their trip. A lot of people go to the parks blind.
Which it just blows my mind to think that people go with not planning.
Yeah, but don't forget, especially over in the UK, it's usually Spain where you sat drinking beer on the beach.
Yeah.
People equate a vacation with chilling out. This is not a chilling out vacation, people.
No, isn't that right, Darren?
Yeah.
Jessie also went on. She said, search online for show times and restaurant menus. That's a really good tip.
Yeah.
Decide what you're doing at what time so you can get what you want in. And make a list of the most important things to see and the not so important.
The restaurant menus is a brilliant one. I think something like touring plans where they have all the menus on there, so you can go and have a look at places before you go out and go, oh, well, there's nothing there I'd eat, so we might as well just cross that one off the list.
Yeah.
And food's always been when we go anywhere, where to eat's probably one of the biggest things that causes arguments in our family, because everyone wants something different, or we like something here, but I don't like, and it's.
Yeah, and the fact that yes, I was off my diet, but I've been on Slimming World for ever. And it's always nice to know where there is an option where if I do want to kind of stay on plan, I can. So if you have dietary needs as well, actually if you have dietary needs, you can always call ahead.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jesse.
Okay, and Greg came up with a few tips for us. His first one is pre-buy the Photo Connect. It saves you time and money.
Especially if you manage to get the annual pass rate before it goes up.
Yeah. Nina and I just got it, and we have been having a blast taking photos.
Oh, yeah, we've seen them.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so, yeah, definitely do that. He also says, have a plan for the weather.
Definitely a good one.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer, fall time. It's going to rain every afternoon, so be prepared. Travel light.
Yep.
Which, I definitely recommend. Says if the lockers are free, it's worth putting everything in. Losing your phone on a coaster is not what you want to do on a vacation, or wallets and keys.
Hunter, didn't you leave your stuff in one of the lockers or something a while back?
Actually, my keys fell out of my pocket on Forbidden Journey. This was back in 2012. So
that was your car keys, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that was kind of important. They were actually able to find them after the ride shut down, but I had to go back to customer service or guest services the next morning to get them.
Yeah, see, that would
So luckily
stress
we
me
were
out.
in town that night, but
Crikey,
they were actually
weren't.
found fun fact. If you ever want to find Hunter's keys, no, it's in they found them at the bottom of the Forbidden Forest scene.
Okay.
So keep a hold of your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I left my wallet on the Simpsons ride a few trips ago, and that was not fun trying to get it back either.
No.
So, yeah. He also says budget for parking if necessary.
That's it. I wonder if many people
That's a
know
good
that you have to
one.
pay for parking. Like if
Yeah.
if it's not something you do very often, then it's bloody expensive.
And also, if you're staying on property, you still have to pay for parking.
How much
It's
is the
not
parking
included.
now? I know you don't pay for it, Darren, but
Is it 17?
I think it's 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it's $17. And then on site is the same. So
yeah.
if you're staying on site, you're going to pay that same rate. It's a little bit cheaper over at Cabana Bay. It's $10.
Actually, I'm sure Craig said when he stayed at the Royal Pacific a couple of weeks ago that they only got charged $10 a day. Now I don't know whether that's
so maybe they've
changed.
changed. Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
Either way, budget. And another quick tip: if you're staying on site, I don't know if they do this everywhere, around the world. So our world travelers, they're going to put a hold on your credit card while you're there for incidental stuff. So they're going to put $100 hold on your card, whatever card you use to book the room. So make sure you plan ahead for that, because that can really take a big chunk of your budget out if you did not plan for it.
Yeah.
He says, be nice to team members and they'll make your whole vacation. And that is so true.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That should be common sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, because certain people look at them, well, the staff, you're there to do stuff for
Yeah,
me,
you paid
so I'm
to
going
do
to
that.
treat
Yeah,
you like
that's your
the
job.
help.
No.
Mm-hmm. And this is another thing, something I do every time I go. Bring a Ziploc bag if you want to ride wet rides without soaking everything in your pockets.
Actually, that's not a bad tip just for if you're going when it's like during the rainy season as well, to be honest.
Yeah, because you can deal with being wet for a little bit, but your phone can't.
No.
So, yeah.
If I can just add one thing real quick about kind of cast members and team members and all that. As a previous cast member, I can definitely vouch for how awesome it is to just have a guest to, interact with you beyond what your normal duties are for a second. I worked for, a couple months working at Aloha Isle, which serves, the most popular treat, which is the Dole Whip, which is a lot of people wanted to come in, grab their food and get out. But there was those guests, standing outside and interacting with them and talking to them for 15 minutes. A lot of the cast members and team members are just as passionate about the theme parks as you guys are.
Yeah.
So compare and contrast tips, talk about what you like. We definitely appreciate, just any sort of interaction. And if you do that sort of thing, I guarantee it 9 times out of 10, we'll go out of our way to make sure you have the best trip possible and make something special happen for you.
Well, definitely, I'm going to go off the back of that. And then if you have a team member that you do have a really good interaction, send it in to us, because we haven't had any spew stories for quite some
No.
time. But also, go to guest services and let them know.
Yeah, do. Because they do... I can't think of my words.
Like, team member appreciation.
Yeah,
I don't know whether they have like a similar system to the one over
And
at
I'm
Disney, but
certain
they
they
get
get something for it,
recommendations,
yeah.
like commendations for it, don't they?
And it helps them up the ladder quicker as well. So...
Yep, definitely. He also says pay a little bit more to eat the nice restaurants if eating in the park. Mythos, Confisco's, Finnegan's, Harry Potter, and Fast Food Boulevard are some of the ones he mentioned.
Definitely.
What I said.
Yep.
The freestyle machines dispense free ice and water into any cup.
There you go. That's good to know that. Actually, that is a really good tip.
Yeah, it is. Because the bottles of water can be anywhere from $2.50 to $4 in Harry Potter areas. So
Wow.
yeah.
7
this is
for flavored.
Yeah. This is a really good one. Put your phone down and spend some time with your family.
Or you'll be made
love
to ride the
that.
carousel.
Yes, you
Yeah.
will.
You will see the back of so many phones going through there, through the lines, everything like that. Yeah, put them away.
Also, can I just add on to that? If you've got an iPad, just leave that at home full
Oh,
stop,
do you
because
know
you look
what?
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You do. Yes. And
Ridiculous.
we all love to watch all the shows through your iPad. Really, we do. But
Yeah. There's
let's
always that
just not
dick
do it.
watching Wishes.
Yep. Yes, if you
Yeah.
find yourself
Yep,
sat in front of me, something might happen to the screen of your iPad. Sorry.
Yeah.
The trademark
he also,
Tracy tackle. The trip.
Yeah, he also said no non-resort guests are welcome on the resort ferries, and you should try some of those restaurants out as well.
Yeah.
Greg is a huge proponent of the hotel restaurants. I don't think he's eaten in the parks in quite a while.
No,
He's always going around to the different ones.
Well, we've only eaten in the kitchen, haven't we? And that wasn't really a meal.
It was memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an ordeal.
It
That was a
yeah.
massacre, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And he also says, see the horror and makeup show.
See, that's a good one because I think horror makeup puts a lot of people off, especially if you've got like younger kids with you. I think if you saw, the horror makeup show, that sounds like it could be scary, and it's not. It's
I think
if you're
tailored
listening to
quite
this
well
and you
for
haven't
kids.
been, and you're planning on your first trip to Universal, or you've been and you've never done the horror makeup show, go and do it because it's. Don't let the horror makeup bit put you off. It is a comedy show in essence.
How old was Jade when we went?
5. That first time she went, she was 5, and we did it with her.
And there was one point, and she was just like, "Whoa! How did they do that?"
It's a comedy show more
Yeah.
than anything else.
It's almost disappointing the number of guests that visit Beetlejuice in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on to the Producers Club, Mr. Christopher Ruck said, with regard to the listener question, I think I've got 2 mistakes that first-time visitors can make. One is not doing a bit of prep before going. That seems to be the overarching thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to be too much, but just having a little bit of a read or a listen about the shows, rides, restaurants, areas of the parks, etc. that you must do or see. And then when you get to the park, firm your plans up so you get to do the things you wanted. The second thing is to try and give yourself some breathing space to appreciate the parks properly. As much as it's fun to bomb from the Hulk to Dragon Challenge and then back to Dudley Do-Right, it can be both tiring and not give you the time to soak up the atmosphere. Look at all the theming and appreciate just what amazing, detailed parks they really are. Pace yourself, enjoy exploring, and if needs be, let people in your group have a rest and you'll have a cracking day. Not only that, but you'll probably still be going strong when others are flagging. Oh, and if you do miss the odd thing, then it's just a great excuse to go back at a later date. All the best, Chris.
Good.
That's a good one. I think because they are as themed as they are now, you can just go in and enjoy the parks for what they are, not necessarily having to ride the rides all the time.
Yeah. Yes, I can't believe that I didn't say, don't treat port of entry as a corridor.
Yeah.
Loiter, look up, look around, listen. Sorry. Off my soapbox.
All right, so we're going to move on to Mr. David Wilson. Trying to remember my first time, but that was all so long ago, and the attractions have changed. Being there during the week for 4 days will really let them see everything. With that amount of time, I would encourage them to check out the hotels. Taking the boat over to Portofino Bay at dusk is beautiful. Just sitting there and listening to the music and enjoying the stillness. It looks just like the real Portofino Bay. Amazing. I tend to go solo to Universal, so I'm an expert at making the most out of the single rider lines. Finding a lone bar stool in a crowded restaurant is also a good tip. I love sitting on the steps and enjoying a snack or drink and watch the Blues Brothers show.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a good one as well. I'm not sure what the traffic patterns are at Universal Studios now that Diagon Alley is open, but everyone else used to stop at Despicable Me, and I always went right back to Men in Black and came back towards The Mummy.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we said before, wasn't it? About starting at the back and moving forward.
Yeah. The single rider line is faster than the standby line at Rip Ride Rockit.
I beg to differ, Mr. Wilson, but there you go.
Yeah. My expertise says not as much, but hey, maybe it depends on the crowds too.
Yeah.
I think it does depends on whether the thing's working right or not.
So he says the single rider line is faster than the standby line at Rip Ride Rockit, and he's tried it a few times as it looked like the standby line was moving faster, but the 3 times he tested his theory, the single line was faster.
Okay, well.
Cool.
Last tip is go early if you are parking in the garage. That may be the longest line of the day sometimes, and go all the way over to the furthest lane open. If you go at 10 a.m., it's already too late. Wait till afternoon. So thank you, David.
Some good tips.
Yeah.
All right.
So, the lovely Abraham Briswell is next up. Here are my top mistakes when going to Universal Orlando. Number 1, unless you're going during summer, paying extra for preferred parking is not worth it. It's good to know. Number 2, don't bring unnecessary objects. You'll regret wasting time renting a locker or taking everything out of your pockets every time you ride something.
Yeah.
Good tip. Number 3, if you're planning on riding any of the water rides, then wear open shoes with no socks. My personal recommendation is wearing Crocs because they dry fast, and since they are closed like shoes, it's also ideal for all the coasters. Soaking socks will destroy your feet if you keep walking. That's why I take them off. If, despite my advice, you decide to go for sneakers, then make sure you use a hand dryer to dry your socks before you keep walking through the park.
What a good idea of using the hand dryers to dry your socks off. I've never even considered that.
No.
Never thought about it.
No.
I just take dry socks.
Obviously, like boiling hot socks when sweaty, hot feet.
Number 4, if you're planning on riding any of the water rides, do it at the beginning of the day so you have enough sun to dry. Yes. So you have enough sun to dry fast before entering an air-conditioned enclosed
Yeah, there's
area.
a mistake. Don't go on a
Yes.
water ride and go in an air-conditioned building straight after.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend like hitting Ripsaw Falls and then running over to Men in Black.
Nocturne Alley.
Hopping in. Oh yeah, Nocturne Alley. That's another great one.
Now I would
King's
say
Cross Station.
don't do Dudley Do Right, Popeye, Jurassic Park, and then go in the Discovery Centre.
Oh god.
Literally.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yes. Number 5, check the forecast and plan your outdoor rides accordingly. Number 6, Hogsmeade is located at Islands of Adventure, not Universal Studios. Number 7, buy the park ticket. It is absolutely worth it.
Definitely, especially now with the Hogwarts Express there.
Yeah. Number 8, don't buy express passes unless the park is overcrowded. You'll get the chance to ride all the iconic rides from both parks without the pass during slow months. Number 9, place all your items underneath the plastic cover while riding Popeye.
But make sure it's all closed up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And even though you're not supposed to, I usually take my trainers and my socks off
Yes,
and
we
pop
know.
them in there too.
Because it stinks.
What stinks? Your attitude.
No, your feet.
My feet don't smell. You can laugh
I'm
now,
dead.
young man. Number 10, bring a plastic bag so you can protect your phone and wallet while riding water rides.
Yep. Great minds think alike.
Yep. Number 11, buy your souvenirs at the end of the day. Walking for 8 hours is exhausting. Walking for 8 hours with shopping bags is a nightmare. Very true.
Again, great minds.
Number 12, ask for single rider line when riding alone. 13, don't bring your Mickey ear hat. And don't take a selfie by the Universal Studios iconic globe wearing a Disney World t-shirt. That's
well
the top
said.
tip. Number 14, memorise your parking spot. Take a picture so you don't have to remember later. Number 15, hands in the air when riding Doctor Doom.
There you go, Tracy. That's one for you.
Yep. As if. Number 16, finally, ride the outdoor rides during sunlight. The visuals really make a difference.
Okay.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Abraham.
Cool. Next one says, hi, UUOP. My advice for any first timers coming to Universal Studios Orlando would be, don't be afraid of taking advantage of the single rider option. So we've gone in and said single rider option isn't always the best option, and everyone else is like, do the single rider line. I know a lot of people who don't want to break up their parties, but then don't get to do everything they wanted to accomplish at the parks. Take advantage of this time-saving option, and that was from Miss Nina Thompson.
But I would say, I do agree, but I would say that if you go single rider, at least once for every ride, do the full queue so you get to see all of those bits.
Yeah, but if you've already been, do single.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Unless
there's
you're
some
making
less
ridiculous-
essential ones, I think, too. Like,
Was it?
no one's going to complain if you do single rider for, I don't know, even like, I don't think the Transformers queue is that great.
No, I don't
It's
agree.
not.
Yeah, I think single rider's perfectly fine to do on there. I think you do miss a lot, same ride, same almost queue layout and everything. I think you miss a lot of the story for Spider-Man by doing the single queue. So,
But it depends on how much of an old hand you are at
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. All right, and finally we've got one here. It says, "Here are some tips." We've gone through a lot of these, but if you plan on buying any merchandise, do it when you leave. You want to carry at least the least possible throughout the day. Bring a small plastic bag to put in your smartphones, wallets, etc. during the wet rides, or maybe just all the rides, because you can keep that Ziploc, put your wallet, your keys, and everything in there, and they're not going to slide out on a trip if you got cargo shorts.
If you lose one thing, you lose all of them.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yes, but
It'll be a nice package, easier for the team members to find.
Probably, actually, yes.
Yeah. If it's your first time riding a ride, don't use your express pass. Experience the queues in their entirety to experience the attraction 100%.
Actually, that's a good one, because we've all said don't do single rider line to make sure you get to see the queue, but express pass as well.
Forget about that, yeah.
Yeah, express queues are much smaller, and you're not going to get to see everything. And then number 4, bring a phone charger. If you like to use your smartphone to take photos, send messages, use the internets, then you will eat up that battery life very fast. Charge your phone while eating at a restaurant. There are numerous wall sockets near tables.
Good one.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah, I've also invested in, it cost $50 at Radio Shack. It's a 8-hour phone charger. It's just a little USB square brick. It's very small, easy fit in your pocket, and you can just hook your USB up to the phone and charge it up that way as well.
Okay.
And and those tips came from Thomas J.
Hey,
What up, Wagner? What?
Pac-Man in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, he has Pac-Man in his house. Yep.
Living the dream.
All right, so of course there were some great hints and tips there, and like I said earlier, if you're going for your first time soon, we hope these tips will be invaluable, and if you go all the time, then hopefully you've learned something new.
I don't go all the time, but I think I've learned quite a few nice little tips there, actually, which we shall use next year.
Definitely. So if you have any hints or tips that you think we missed, then email them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. So until next week, for Darren, Tracy, Lee, Jesse, Gregory, and the Producers Club, I'm Hunter, and this has been the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
That does it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Between shows, we'd love for you to get in touch. So email us with your spews, funny schmitz, comments, questions, and news to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Keep up with what's going on every day by following us on Twitter at UUOPodcast, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/UUOPodcast, follow us on Instagram and Pinterest at UUOPodcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUOPodcast, and don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? Then head over to uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio and at micepod.com. Come find us on our partner site, micechat.com, join the forums, and say hello. So thanks for listening, and remember, be adventurous.
This has been a micepod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com